All right, just wiping our memory of the last few minutes. Reversing the clock. Here we go. All right.
I'll pretend like we just didn't do this.
Yeah, no. This is our first time ever interacting with each other. I've never spoken to any of you before. All right. Absolutely no technical difficulties. This is a professional podcast. Okay. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the VPeas Podcast. My name is Taro Minti, and I am here as usual with my co-hosts, Remi and Seuh. Yeah, you guys. And also today, we have our first guest on the podcast. Everybody say hello to
Am I really your first guest? Am I? Why? Why am I your first guest?
Because you are.
You gotta set the standard. Set the standard for all of the future guests.
You were the first one to reply back. Let's say that.
I hate this.
You didn't have to say it that way. You didn't have to say it that way. We're out here trying to. Oh man,
we're ruining relationships. Remi.
You didn't have to make us look that amateur. Jeez. Oh my gosh.
Well, I mean, I'm happy to be the first guest. It can only go up from here.
Just know that the world
setting
is
the
watching
standards.
you. Every guest in the future will be looking at your performance as an example.
Yeah.
Absolutely no pressure or anything, though.
We totally didn't have to redo this intro, right?
No, absolutely not. No.
Oh my gosh.
No, this is the first time we've ever recorded this intro. I've never said any of these sentences before.
No, but I'm happy to be here. So thank you for having me.
Yeah.
No problem. Yeah.
Would you like to, for the first time, say a little bit about yourself for anybody that doesn't know?
Yeah. My name is Evan. It's not Evanit0, but I go by Evan because it's a lot easier to say. Also, I am a YouTuber from a small country known as Belize. I stream on Twitch pretty much every single day, and most people probably know me as that guy that edits CDogVA's cosplay videos. So yeah.
Nice. How's that going for you?
That will.
He ruins my day at least like once every 3 months with those videos, but it's fine.
I feel that, honestly.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man. I guess we should just jump right into it.
Yeah.
I think we should get some. First of all, let's get a couple things out of the way first, because originally, I mean, it's a podcast hosted by 3 VTubers. I think everyone's kind of wondering, how did you discover or get into VTubers, Evan?
I was gonna ask why did VTubers want me on their podcast, right? But I did
every other
podcast,
tweet you make is about VTubers. To be fair,
Literally.
That true. I've had a weird content shift ever since I met a VTuber named Fifi.
Specifically regarding her OnlyFans posts, from what I've seen, but
okay,
Who is Fifi, actually? Whoa, hang on. Who is this Fifi?
This is no, but ever since I met,
no flame intended, but
Fifi is she's a VTuber who essentially all she does is. I guess all she does is thirst trap, but it's been going great for her.
You're really selling it.
It's really bringing them in.
No, Fifi is a great friend, but ever since she and I first met, I remember it was a couple days after we met. She was like, I'm gonna try something. I was like, oh, what are you gonna try? And then she attempted to thirst trap on Twitter, and it got several likes. And she's like, I just unlocked the secret to Twitter. I was like, yo, keep doing that.
She's discovered it.
But yeah, no, it's worked out for her, and she has introduced me to a lot of different VTubers, and I've just been exploring VTubers since. So that's how I know a lot of VTubers. So
nice.
It's a very interesting introduction to VTubers.
Yeah. I guess piggybacking off of that, I did have a question about what's it like just being
Remi's just
a regular
moving
human?
right along.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely.
Rapid fire.
What it's like being a regular human?
Yeah,
what's it like being a human being?
A regular. Let me finish the question. Hang on.
Teach us what it's like.
Kind of feel insulted, but damn. All right. I mean, I guess me and my flesh were doing okay. I wake up every morning and I have to force myself to smile because I just can't hit a button and have the character smile for me.
No. What's it like being a regular human in a VTuber community, I should say? Because usually you see a lot of VTubers collabing with other VTubers, but that's not the case with you.
That it is strange. I think the only other person in the VTuber community that's a regular human that collabs with a lot of VTubers is probably Domo, right? And
it's true.
It's so strange. to think that the two of us are just here, regular human beings, doing all these VTubers, getting into collabs somehow. I don't know. It's so weird because like they're always like, "Yo, send me a PNG of yourself," and I'm like, I don't have a PNG. What do you mean?
Just take like the most ridiculous selfie possible and send that to them. Just
like, that's actually what I did. I absolutely did that.
Hell
yeah. But yeah, it's always really fun and really interesting. And, you know, sometimes it makes me think, you know, maybe I should get like a model just for the collabs or something. But then I'm like, that's too expensive. Honestly,
that's fair.
Yeah.
VTubing is expensive, which Actually, this is something we've addressed on the podcast before a couple times. I want to hear your take on it. So, my side on this is VTubers and furries are basically the same thing. The only difference is that VTubers have anime avatars instead of fursuits.
Honestly, now that you say that, people will definitely think that I'm more of a furry.
All I'm saying is
into VTubers. God damn it.
Oh my god.
I literally released a video today joking around that I'm a furry, and like everyone's like, Evan, we already knew. And like now like you're saying this, people are gonna be like, wow, Evan, we been knew.
We been knew, Evan. Welcome to the VPeas Podcast. Our secret mission is just to expose that Evan's secretly a furry.
No, I do think that in a way they are similar to fursuits though. It's just an avatar you can put on
for sure.
Except it's like less creepy and less furry, unless of course your avatar is a wolf or something. I don't know.
The community is basically the same as well. So
I mean, there's also the thing of like the culture of like there's certain people that make avatars that are like valued higher above others, and like you get almost like celebrity status from having one of the avatars made by that person and stuff. Yeah.
So who would you recommend as specialist fursuits then? I don't know.
That's a question for Evan, not me. I'm not the expert.
I don't know. I'm not furry.
Who is your fursuit made by, Evan?
No, I don't have a fursuit. God damn it.
Speaking of VTubers, then, do you have any favorites at the minute?
Yeah, actually.
Who are you watching?
I guess I'm watching. They're mostly friends, but like. I guess I watch Bao a lot. Like Bao for whatever reason, like I can't really. VTuber? No. Bao is a whale.
A whale.
You're getting confused with Bay.
Yeah.
Whales.
Oh,
yeah. So Bao, she's like an independent whale VTuber, and she's really fun. I just love the energy she has like in her chat. Like, every
Bao's great.
Streams.
I gotta look her up.
Aside from Bao, I always tune into Haruka's streams and Mune's streams as well. And those are pretty much the ones that I always tune into. Here and there, I tune into other people's streams, but like, just those three would be in my top.
Haruka was for sure like a big inspiration, or like what really made me want to actually like make the jump and be a VTuber.
Yeah, and Haruka's great.
Yeah, I don't think I've heard any of these people.
Really? Wow.
Remi's a little VTuber wee baby,
I'm fairly new. I'm fairly new to the community.
Yeah.
So I haven't heard any of those.
I just remembered VPeas has some history with Doma. We talked about Doma earlier. VPeas has some history with Doma.
Were you interviewed by Doma?
I was not. No. I kind of refused to.
So basically, Seuh was interviewed by Doma.
I don't want to get shat on.
Seuh was on the Domodachi show first, and I didn't know Seuh at this point in time, so I didn't know this. And then after that, then I met Remi and Seuh, and we started talking about doing this podcast and stuff. And Remi said that he didn't know who Doma was, but I thought it was Seuh that said that. So when I got on the Domodachi show, I started saying that Seuh didn't know who Doma was, and Doma got all sad because he had just interviewed him like 2 weeks ago.
Literally, I was literally on the show, the previous one.
Yeah,
we had a full conversation about like how to. I taught him some tips about public speaking and everything.
Yeah, and then I immediately just failed at public speaking and everywhere.
Chat where Remi said he'd never heard of Domo. Just above that was my message going, "Oh, I was just on that show."
Oh my God! Wow.
Yeah, no, it's kind of been a theme. Everyone just bullies Seuh since the dawn of the podcast. That's just how it is.
Yeah, I mean that's just how it works. We bully you for everything.
Your
anime taste, your
that's good.
As the first guest, I will set the standard for guests to not bully you.
Damn straight. Don't bully the British guy. Okay, listen, we're all good.
We should do a British episode of the podcast where we just ask you what it's like to be British and just go off.
What's it like to be British, mate?
It'll be like a 5-minute episode.
It's
a 5-minute episode.
It's literally it's going to be a 5-minute episode of everyone just repeatedly saying bottle of water.
A bottle of water.
It's
just Tesco's, isn't it?
Tuesday.
Yo. Okay. Speaking of the British. We need to talk about, obviously, since you're one of the editors for Connor. How did this end up working out? Like how?
Oh yeah, that's true. How did that happen?
How'd you guys meet? Yeah.
I mean, it was very simple. I guess he had asked Mudon initially to edit for him, and Mudon was like, no. And so Mudon was like, but I have this buddy Evan. Yeah, Mudon was like, I have this buddy Evan who could definitely do it. And like Mudon messaged me, he's like, hey, you want to edit for a YouTuber? And I was like, not really, but I mean, I guess. And so, Mudon like sends me his channel. I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? Like, all right, sure. Like, I guess I'll like, reach out to him, whatever. And I reached out to Connor, and then apparently Connor denied me. And Mudon was like, no. Mudon was like, no, trust me, this guy is great. And so Connor was like, okay, well, if Mudon's really recommending this guy, sure, he must be good. And yeah, eventually Connor reached back to me, and he told me, hey, let's talk in a Discord call. We talked in a Discord call for a couple hours, and he was telling me exactly what he wanted and stuff, and I was telling him what I was looking like forward to, and telling him what I didn't like about his videos and shit like that. And eventually I was like, yeah, no, we can definitely make these better. When I started for Connor, I was blatant with him. I was like, I'm just gonna be honest with you. Like if I don't like something, I'll tell you. And he's like, that's exactly what I want. I'm like, cool, all right.
Yeah. To be fair, like what time frame in Connor's YouTube career was this? Was this still like prank call era Connor?
Yes, this was around prank call era Connor.
Okay.
This was before he hit 300,000. I remember it's distinctly, he was around 299,000 subs. And I remember like at the end of that call, I was like, I'm gonna get you to 1 million subs within a year. And he's like, that's not gonna happen. I'm like, trust me. And I did.
Yeah, there you go.
That is bravery, because I also work as an editor. And I could never say that to someone, because like if I didn't get them to 1 million subscribers, then I would feel terrible. Even if they still had me work for them, I'd feel awful.
Well, because the thing about Connor too is when I saw his content, right? Like I saw like the potential in the man. I was like, this dude is very passionate about what he does. His videos are actually like really interesting and really fun, and he already has a dedicated audience, right? Like his videos were, I guess around that time, typically getting around like 50K views max. Like I remember we would like rejoice when a video hit 100K views. When we got our first million, we were both we literally we called up each other. We were like, oh my God, dude, the video got 1 million views.
Like grab the champagne.
Yeah.
Pop in a bottle.
That's adorable.
And it's so wild to me that now every video gets, about 1 million just right off the bat. But like, back then he was just a tiny little guy, and I was like, yeah, no, we're gonna get you to 1 million subs on YouTube like within a year.
Nice.
Like I did it.
And so with you, of course, as an editor, when did you decide to stop editing your videos?
That's a good question. I think I decided at the start of this year, actually. When I was like, okay, I want to focus more on just like making the content instead of also having to edit it, which also gave me more time to stream, which is how I probably ended up in the top 5,000 earning Twitch streamers.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
But
casual flex, but everyone knows now anyway. So
yeah,
I mean, yeah,
it's all out there.
The numbers are all
might
there.
as well.
It's in the open.
Thanks, Twitch. No, but yeah, because I decided to start streaming more because I was enjoying that a little bit more. I was like, I might as well use some of that money that I'm getting to just pay editors to edit for me, and hopefully they can get me to 1 million. Who knows? But
yeah, I feel that.
Yeah.
Yo, I feel that just because like it's really about like how much you value your time. Because now I stream a lot as well, but like now I actually hired an editor to edit my streams into the highlights. So it's just like, it's really like how much you value your time off air is like very, very valuable. So I definitely can relate to that. obviously, obviously
Yeah.
much smaller, but at the same time, you know, when you're also working full-time jobs and everything else, so it's just kind of like, yeah, I get it. I get it.
I mean, I obviously I could still edit some of my videos. I do still edit some of my videos, like the one I posted today. I edited myself, and it was one of those things where one of my editors was like, "Why don't you like have me edit it?" I was like, "I just kind of want to do it myself."
Yeah, I mean, you're a video editor at heart, right?
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
it's like, you do this because you want to. It's your passion.
I definitely
So-
feel that because like
Yeah.
I originally one of my older YouTube channels that I'm not going to say the name of because VTuber stuff, but one of my older YouTube channels, I originally had someone editing the videos, but I just like I don't know. I really enjoy editing my own videos. Maybe I just haven't reached the stage yet where I've edited enough of them that I'm sick of it. But like I enjoy like doing it the way that I like doing it, I guess. And I would feel bad hiring an editor because I would always be like, well, that's not how I would have done it. Yeah, I don't know.
it definitely gets some getting used to like get to a point where you like have an editor just like go and like do their thing and you just have to like trust them. Because I remember in the beginning with Connor as well, he would always just be like, oh, like I would do it this way or use this type of font. And, you know, I had to like sit down with him and be like, look, man, you're paying me to do this. So how about you let me do this?
Yeah, for sure. And there's always like a 1 to 2 week buffer with any like new editing client too, where it's like you have to kind of learn the format and get settled in and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say it's
Yeah.
harder when people like don't understand that and they expect you to immediately be perfect. Like,
Yeah. No,
that's the
exactly.
worst one. But yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Okay, so I am curious about this now. So I work in a creative department to where we have to kind of like encapsulate the vision moving forward and the vision of our superiors in a video or creative format, whether it's in video or in audio or whatever we do. Is that not the case with you? So would you rather have someone give you full creative liberties and what the outcome of the video should be when it comes to editing, or do you usually kind of like take in the vision of the person that you're, I guess your client in a way?
I mean, I guess in terms, so like I come from a visual effects background because I used to like just work in Hollywood on movies, TV shows, and stuff like that. And like, I would say normally I had to encapsulate whatever vision they had and just go with that. Like I didn't really have too much creative like freedom. It was just like, oh, we want this, and I was like, cool, I'll give you that.
Yeah.
But like in terms of like switching over to editing for someone like Connor, in the beginning it was more of like what he wanted, but along the way I kind of just forced myself to be like, no, it's gonna be more of what I want.
Yeah.
You guys create and establish like trust between each other.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. And also, in case there's any like YouTubers listening to this that are considering hiring editors or streamers, from an editor's standpoint, some of my like personal like longest lasting clients have been the ones that eventually are comfortable with letting the editor kind of have some creative freedom in there too and not being super strict with it the whole time.
No, exactly.
It's just kind of the mutual respect and trust in each other. It's kind of the foundation of it.
Yeah, pretty much. Like the moment you're sitting there telling an editor, oh, like use this font instead of this, it's like, okay, then well, you could just edit it yourself. Why are you telling me to change fonts?
Yeah, exactly. There's a point when they give you enough input that it just would have been easier for them to just edit the video themselves.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. Because I know for my editor right now, like he's still learning, and so but he's doing a great job, and so I literally tell him nothing. I'm like, here's this video or here's this stream, turn it into something gold as best you can. So that's I give him
great.
like full creative liberty in that. So it's just I just wanted to get your
scary
personal take
too.
on that. Yeah.
No, I think one of my greatest. I'm not sure if this is a flex or anything, but I know
flex it.
I know for a fact that like whenever I edit a video for Connor, I get 0 notes back from him. Mudon still gets notes from Connor when he edits.
Calling out Mudon.
I'm like, you
Oh
know,
my
Mudon's
God.
great. Obviously, everything he does is fantastic. But like, he's still getting notes. I'm like, bro, like, why are you still getting notes, dude? Like, come
We
on.
have to get Mudon on the podcast next so he can defend himself from this.
Oh,
Yeah.
Atlanta.
This is going to sound completely strange and off topic, all right? I just kind of looked down at the question list that I definitely don't have. Would you, let's say you have a child, right? And you're in charge of naming this child.
Wait, where is this going?
Let's say you have a child and you're in charge of naming this child, okay?
Uh-huh.
If this word didn't have any other connotations, would you name the child Chlamydia? Do you think that's a good name for a baby?
No.
Okay, thank you.
No.
Wait.
That's like
wait. Wait.
What's a chlamydia?
All right, Remi. All right, Remi.
Listen, I'm just saying, in my defense, okay, because this was definitely this. Okay, and for context, this was spoken in the drunk episode. But in my defense, okay, genuinely, if chlamydia didn't have the connotations it's a little bit like a fancier Lydia. Like,
is that a person? That sounds like a disease.
It's like
that just sounds terrible.
No, it just sounds like it sounds like what it is.
It sounds like a disease.
It does sound like
what is it?
It really does sound like a disease.
Also, I wish I could have a screen recording on the podcast, because as we were talking about this, I could just see Remi highlighting it and searching it up in the Google Docs. It's like, oh, what's a chlamydia?
I don't know. It definitely just sounds like something horrible, like SARS, right? Like you don't hear the word SARS and think, wow, that sounds like beautiful. Like
For
no,
sure.
An STD.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like something you would name a child. Yeah.
SARS could have been, the next biggest car company, I think.
What?
I'm going to drive my brand new SARS.
Disney SARS 4.
No.
I don't know about that one, Chief.
That's like the
but
robot.
no, I definitely would not
from,
name a child chlamydia. Like,
all right.
Who came up with this? Why?
All right, this was during the drunk episode. Seuh might have had a bit too many to drink. He said a child should be named Chlamydia. He said that was a good name for a child.
I mean, just if it wasn't an STD, it would be a good name.
That's
really
where the whole
wouldn't.
fancier Lydia came from. I got you.
Even if it wasn't an STD, then it still sounds like an STD. Like, I don't know. That's just what it sounds like.
No, I would not use that name. I think the furthest I would go in terms of naming a child something horrible is probably like, I don't know, freaking Arrowhead.
Arrowhead.
I hate Arrowhead water, so yes, Arrowhead.
You would purposefully name your child after your least favorite water company?
Yes. You are a mistake.
Interesting.
You are a mistake, he says.
That's your excuse if the child turns out to be like really bad behavior or something. You're just like, this is why I named you this. I knew it was going to happen someday.
I mean, you probably get a
true.
lifetime supply of water, though, right? Like,
sponsored by Arrowhead.
Yeah, that's not how that works, mate.
I'm sure there's a child out there named Shrek, and they don't have like all the fucking Blu-rays of Shrek or something.
They should. Can we start a GoFundMe for this? Can we get some funding to get this child some Shrek DVDs?
Oh my gosh.
All right, so going back to some of your success stories.
Yeah, we went way off track there. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, we did.
I have
Bring us
stories.
back in the lane.
Well,
I have success
we're just
stories?
going to take your whole career as a success.
I'm
What would you say is a defining moment in your lifetime? So something that really like changed either the way that you thought about things or the direction you went.
I mean, I guess I've talked about this personally on my Twitch, but I've never like done it in a podcast or anything. But the thing that like sort of kind of changed the way I started thinking about a few things was I think it was like in 2019 actually, when I finally decided, I kind of want to like try to make this into like a real like career for myself. And so
Success in what? Video editing or content creation?
Content creation.
Okay.
Because there was no way I'm going to live off video editing. No.
Yeah, who would do that? Right? No one.
But I mean, you could, right? Like if you're working for like PewDiePie, but not for Connor.
Called out.
No, I think like I just wanted to like go deeper into content creation, and so I ended up like quitting my job at the time. And which was really stupid. I wouldn't recommend anyone do it. Which kind of just forced me into fight or flight mode. And I was like, if I don't do this, then I'm just screwed. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just kind of like forced myself every single day to just try to do better.
I mean, it worked out great for you, so.
Hashtag
Yeah,
do better.
somehow it's it's
Hashtag
working
top
out.
5,000 earner on Twitch.
Oh my gosh. Speaking
So,
of,
you know,
sorry, go on.
with telling people not to quit their jobs, which is a bad idea. What other tips would you give to sort of new content creators that are just starting out?
Good question. Yeah.
I've seen a lot of like newer content creators, especially VTubers recently, who have just been left and right trying to quit their job, trying to jump into streaming on Twitch or YouTube or whatever because they're like, I'm gonna make it. And a lot of them I see like a couple months later, you know, announce retirement and announce they're getting a job again, and because it didn't work out. It's not a smart move to do that. I think, I think like if you're gonna do something as silly as that, one, you better hope you have a really good idea. But two, the only reason it worked out for me is the reason why like a lot of, I guess, job promotions work out for a lot of people. It's about who you know.
Yeah,
like, you're not really gonna really get far in life unless you know the right people.
Yeah, that's fair.
And it's really unfortunate. So get to know some people before you decide to make those steps.
That's just true.
And that actually kind of transitions pretty well into another thing that I don't know if we've talked about this on the podcast or not, but I feel like a lot of people, when they become a VTuber, they see it a lot of like when I was like, I guess kind of before I debuted as a VTuber, it was very much still like new in like the Western independent scene. And so there was very much still the like the amazement of like, oh, this person's streaming with like a 2D avatar, like this is so cool. And it was kind of like a free ticket to at least some amount of success because of that.
Still is pretty cool.
It's still pretty cool, but now it's the market is steadily becoming, I don't know if
It's
oversaturated
so
is the word
now.
for it.
Yeah,
Exactly, but it's
oversaturated.
getting there.
Yeah.
And I feel like people are still thinking of it as what it was before, where it's like, this is kind of like a free ticket to at least a decent audience at the beginning.
No, I'd say if you wanted to just hop into like VTubing, I think for me, the moment it became absolutely oversaturated was probably around like March of this year.
Yeah,
I think
agree
past
with that.
March of this year, there have been so many VTubers that tried but absolutely failed.
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly,
there was
I
no
think
anytime.
like
I can
I think
see
it
that.
started going downhill as soon as it hit mainstream enough for like people like Pokimane to like make VTuber avatars for like a week and then throw it away. Like that was like around that was I think the not the beginning of the end, because it's still definitely a popular thing, but that was when it became like really oversaturated, I think.
I think now the VTubers that unfortunately make it are the people who were like not face cam streamers or like people like Nux, right? Who they would just make content without like an avatar, and they were like, I guess this is a thing now. I might as well make a 2D avatar, and yeah,
that's fair.
Yeah.
I guess there's
like,
some similarities there in like I would say just content creators or face cam creators and streamers, right? There's a lot of them that also don't quite make it. So I think there's an element of perseverance that everybody also needs to have, right?
For sure.
That's true. That's very true.
I think that's true with every type of content creation. Like it doesn't happen overnight at all for anyone.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Except for that
'Cause
one
I definitely
person that Logan
understand
Paul
that.
made famous for some reason.
Yeah.
I don't remember who that was, but that was a thing.
Yeah. I definitely feel like earlier in the year, like at least when I started watching, like there would be like like a VTuber or two that would debut like every week or something like that. Now I feel like it's every day.
For sure.
There's probably like
there's way too many
people
people
every single day. It's insane.
Yeah. So I definitely do feel like it's been a little oversaturated. And at least in the English market as of now. So I don't know.
I think
What
it's
do you
kind
think?
of been oversaturated in
gonna
the
go?
Japanese market. It's just even harder to. I mean, it's like almost impossible to make it as an independent Japanese VTuber.
Yeah, I think. I think as far as where it's gonna go, I think like it's just gonna be like every other thing, right? Like, you know, people, they see YouTubers and they're like, okay, I'm gonna become a YouTuber, and then they try, and then they like make like 20 cents on their first video, and they're like, oh, maybe this isn't for me, right? Like they just give up immediately. And I think that's a lot of what a lot of VTubers are doing, right? Like they like, you know, they're like, cool, I'm gonna expect like maybe like $10,000 in that first Twitch payout. You see it's only like $2, and they're like, oh, okay, I'm gonna quit now, you know.
To be
and
fair,
so I
if
feel like a lot of people, unfortunately,
if someone makes 20
how
cents
long
on the
is,
first video they post to YouTube, then they're going places.
The big question is how long till Hime from Crunchyroll graduates.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
Hime from Crunchyroll. Yeah, we haven't even talked about any of the current news in the VTuber scene this episode.
Yeah,
we
just
have like the
happened.
Netflix VTuber. We might as well get
so
the
much has
Crunchyroll,
happened.
right?
There's a lot that's happened
I
since the
mean,
last time we
a lot has
recorded an
happened.
episode.
Yeah, like I said, VTubers are debuting every day. Like we have so many
For sure,
VTubers.
yeah.
There's a lot.
Just,
There's a lot.
yeah, a lot happened. Oh my gosh, that's
Definitely.
And I definitely wouldn't discourage people from trying, right? Like definitely try.
No, definitely not.
Just know that it's gonna be really difficult.
Yeah,
right?
and I would say think of being a VTuber the same as you would think of being a streamer or a YouTuber. There's a ton of streamers and YouTubers that don't stream with anime avatars, and there's probably getting to be just as many that stream with anime avatars at this point. So
Yeah.
yeah, just think of it the same way. Don't think that having the 2D avatar is going to be what saves you from, I don't know, having a bad streaming personality or whatever. Like,
yeah.
That's true. Actually, it's kind of the opposite. You need to have a better streaming personality.
because they can't really see your face, right? You have kind of limited expressions.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
So you
for
need
sure.
to make sure your personality is just like up there.
Yeah, definitely.
So that definitely makes sense. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yo, this is like good advice for me too.
Remi's like, write that down.
Where's my
I'm
notepad?
sprinkling knowledge right now.
He's like texting his editor. He's like, all right, take notes. Oh, man.
All right. Speaking of Twitch, I feel like I know the answer to this question because you are a streamer. But do you prefer YouTube or Twitch
Yeah.
as platforms, or both? I don't know.
It's actually okay. So people have asked me this a ton. Because I started on YouTube years ago, I've always been really passionate about just creating YouTube videos. And I think to this day, there's too many limitations with streaming, right? Like, I feel like it's a lot more expensive to make a good stream than it is to make a good YouTube video.
For sure.
Yeah.
Because, like, with streaming, everything is live. And, like, the audience, for whatever reason, I don't know how this became the culture of Twitch. They expect things to keep moving at a fast pace, much like YouTube. But that's a lot harder to do in a live stream setting.
It's not just
and
expensive. It's not just expensive in terms of equipment. It's expensive in terms of it takes a lot of time to learn that streamer personality, quote unquote, to be able to do that. Like that is a serious skill. Yeah.
Yeah, like I think the average time like like a new person will like stay on your stream is like 10 seconds. They'll give you 10 seconds to like entertain them. If they're not entertained, they'll leave.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Which I mean is the same principle for like YouTube videos. Like the first 10 seconds of a YouTube video is pretty important for
I think for YouTube it's more so about like the first like 2 minutes. Like if they're not entertained within the first 2 minutes, because YouTube is like more long format content, right? So people are used to like, okay, like they're longer videos here. I'll give it 2 minutes. If I'm not entertained, I'll click off.
I guess you're right. It's kind of weird thinking of it that way because Twitch is by far like the longer form content if you're counting the entire stream. But I guess you're right because people sit down to watch a whole YouTube video, but nobody sits down to watch a whole stream.
Exactly.
No one ever does. Unless you're like a really like big fan. I mean, what I usually do is like I go to my recommended channels on Twitch. And I'm hopping between channels just to see like who's streaming, how they're streaming. I'm learning from these personalities. But on YouTube, I do find myself more focused in on one single video. With YouTube, is like if you can suck in that consumer with the thumbnail and the title, they're gonna intentionally click on it and they're gonna watch a good portion of it before clicking off.
It's called that consumer.
The clickbait. Yeah, I know.
That's what they are.
Yeah, they're consumers. I mean, I don't know.
At least with like YouTube, you have like the title and the thumbnail, right? With Twitch, all you have is you.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm kind of inclined to agree. I mean, I'm probably biased just because I'm an editor, but I prefer being able to edit the content for sure.
Yeah.
And you know, I don't know. It's like streaming is extremely tiring. It takes up a lot more time than making a YouTube video does, for me at least.
Because you stream for hours on end.
But on the other hand, if you're looking at it from like making a living perspective, it is way easier to make a living off of Twitch than YouTube.
This is true. This is absolutely true.
Yeah. In terms of live streaming, I think I'm like you. I prefer YouTube as a platform just because I've used it for years. And also, I feel like the live stream is much more simpler on YouTube than it is on Twitch. But from my experience, my own personal experience, I feel like Twitch has been easier for discoverability than YouTube at the current state. And
YouTube doesn't have enough infrastructure for streams yet, I don't think.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Also, there's some really weird thing with YouTube where like, and a lot of, I think a lot of content creators are doing the same thing now, but if your channel has a mix of live streams and long content, like it gets confused as to where it wants to put you for the algorithm. So I've noticed a lot of YouTubers are now creating just live streaming accounts,
live stream channels.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
All right, so let's take what we just talked about and let's completely throw out the window. So what about
all right, okay.
Okay.
Right. What about
Remi is just like jumping from topic to topic like he's like
we have a list of topics we have to get through right now.
No, this
like,
actually
I've got
kind
the
of connects
document
to
in
what
front
we
of
just
me.
talked about.
Let's go. Okay, all right.
Because everything that we talked about with YouTube and Twitch completely defies what's happening on TikTok. And so I want to know what do you think about VTubers on TikTok if you are on it?
So I think TikTok is the way to go if you're a new content creator. I've said this like since people started saying they wanted to become VTubers back in March. I've been giving this advice since then for free. I was like, if you want to make it as a VTuber or just like as a content creator in general, what you should be doing right now is making TikToks. Yeah. Like, don't start on Twitch, don't start on YouTube, make TikToks. And
I heard that.
TikTok is one of the easiest platforms to pop off on.
Oh, for sure.
In my first 2 days on TikTok, I like created an account that like it wasn't under my name or anything like that. Told no one about it. Just posted content. In the first 2 days, 3,000 followers. The first video had like 30,000 views. Second one had like 25,000. Like, I was like, that's insane.
Yeah.
Like people are out here just clicking on TikToks. Like if I kept going, I'd probably have over 100K like within a month or something.
Yeah.
So
sure.
like I think it's definitely a lot easier to pop off on TikTok. I'm not sure if TikTok's view botting or follow botting. Listen, all right, I don't know what they're doing out there on TikTok.
I don't think anybody does.
But
nobody knows how TikTok works.
Yeah.
No one knows what's going on behind the scenes there.
But it works, right? And you know, like I've seen a lot of people take that TikTok success. For instance, there's this guy, I forgot what he goes by, but there's this like Asian guy who was talking, like he basically is a Professor Lando, actually, that's his name. He popped off like just I guess a few days ago on TikTok or whatever. And when I checked his YouTube channel, it was sitting at like 9,000 subscribers. Today, when I had looked at it, it was almost at 30,000 subs.
Oh man.
Oh my gosh.
Because one TikTok popped off.
Man.
And you know that he literally posted a clip from his stream on TikTok. That clip popped off. Now his streams are consistently getting like a bunch of viewers. He's growing on Twitch. He's growing on YouTube now. Like just make TikToks.
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah.
Minty, say it. This is why I'm pushing you guys to make more TikToks.
You know what though? I think we should break out the champagne. This is the first time anybody has agreed with one of Remi's opinions on this podcast.
I know.
I just want to say congratulations, Remi. Congratulations.
For real. This is what I've been saying. Make a TikTok. And like the whole like VTuber boom on TikTok, it didn't start not too long ago. It was like a good maybe like 3-4 months ago, and it's still kind of going a little bit. So it's just like it kind of like started booming after the spring season. And so now's the time.
I have a theory on TikTok in terms of like how the viewership on it works and stuff. Like
Go for it.
People that go on TikTok have the same attention span as people that are sitting down to watch a longer form YouTube video, but the videos are all like 20 seconds long. So they go through so many videos during this time period.
Yeah.
And
so
that's why videos blow up so easily, I think.
I remember one of the first times I was on TikTok, I literally spent 7 hours on it.
Oh my god.
7 hours. I scrolled through 7 hours of TikToks.
It's addictive.
Which it's absolutely addictive. And after that, I was like, I literally just spent 7 hours on TikTok. I was like, I might as well just make a YouTube video about this. Like, this is insane.
I didn't make a YouTube video about
it. Yeah, because people feel like a true content creator. So much entertainment, and so they just keep going and going and going, and it doesn't stop. So it's just like, you never get tired of it.
No, and it's like the TikTok algorithm like works pretty similar to the YouTube algorithm, which is weird that like TikTok has an algorithm, but like Twitch doesn't.
Twitch's algorithm now involves bribery, so
yeah. Oh my God.
That's another thing that happened since the last time we recorded that we didn't talk about. Oh well.
Twitch what?
Oh
yeah, Twitch.
The thing where you can pay to boost streamers now and stuff.
Yeah,
I don't know. Everyone's gonna have different opinions on that. Oh, you didn't hear about that?
Yeah.
No, do tell.
You can
there was
basically
like a feature that Twitch had where you could like pay Twitch, not the streamer, pay Twitch money. I think it's like about $5 or something like that to boost that person, right?
Yeah.
And obviously that wouldn't work because Twitch takes the money, and then that person would probably get like, you know, let's say they get like 1,000 people or they get recommended to 1,000 people. After that, let's say probably like I'd say like maybe 100 people would tune in. Then maybe like 20 people would stick around forever.
Yeah.
That's not worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Yo,
definitely not.
that retention sounds awful. Hang on.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Well, that's just average retention in
That's
general.
just Twitch
on the
retention,
internet.
though,
It's
yeah.
like really low.
That's true. Yeah.
It's kind of
That's why
funny because
TikTok's big.
it's the longest the longest form of content and like the pure length the content creator spends on it, but like Twitch is the most ADHD audience ever, I swear. They'll tune in for like half a second and be like, why aren't you better?
You just insulted the entire Twitch community.
No, I think that my favorite thing is like, you know, when people will tune into streams and like, I don't know, you're like eating a burger or something, right? Like maybe you guys don't have this problem because you're VTubers, but like I'm just sitting there just eating, right? I'm just chilling, trying to munch on my food, and people are like, you're not doing anything. I'm like, I'm eating.
Bro, just let me eat my food, please. No, I feel that because I actually just recently did a subathon that went on for like 36 hours. So there were definitely times during that subathon where I was doing nothing because, I mean, I cannot keep up that personality for 36 hours
No,
straight.
exactly.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and I guess I don't understand why viewers of Twitch don't get that. But like,
know.
yeah, it's just impossible to keep a personality for that long.
It's all about the now mentality, right? So like, you know, when it comes to live streaming, everything's happening live, like right now. And so people have this, like I want this kind of now, or I want to view this now. Because it's live.
I just imagine the zoos of the future are just going to be loads of screens with different Twitch streamers on there. And then everyone will just be saying, like, why aren't you doing anything? And it'll be like scheduled sessions where people are eating. So
It's
they
the
can
Mizu.
watch the feeding of this Twitch streamer.
It's the Mizu.
Yo, you know what Twitch should do? This is a feature. Twitch, you need to hire me. Okay, so
All right.
they should do this. You should have the ability to multi-view different streams in a window, because right now
You can.
Wait, really? In the same window?
If they're streaming as a group, then you can watch like group streams that have all of them playing at the
like
same
squad
time.
streams or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Also, there's
Wait, I didn't know
like
about
a
this.
multi-Twitch. You can use
You have to be a
multi-Twitch.
partner to do it. though.
Multi-Twitch too, yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Well,
I didn't know
also
about
works.
this at all.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
No way.
Oh, where music, baby.
Hey,
With the Remi learning about streaming for the first time.
wait, where's this ad on Twitch?
If you're a new content creator, don't come on the VPeas podcast. You'll be bullied ruthlessly.
Oh, hey, is it in settings? No, actually, you know what?
No,
We'll
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure you
we'll
have to
run you
be
through.
a partner.
we'll revisit it after that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you can make multi-Twitch links though for your viewers to watch multiple people at the same time. If you're collabing, for example.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool. Well,
We can go
learn
over
something
this
new
when we're
every
not recording,
episode.
though. All right.
Learning something new every episode.
That's
Okay.
true.
All right, I do want to say this though. So before we recorded this, I was watching a couple of your videos because I actually didn't know who you were beforehand. So no offense.
You didn't know Domo either, so it's
brave saying that.
Yeah, I didn't know Domo either.
I'm pretty sure that was Seuh that didn't know who Domo was. I don't know.
Oh my God.
How dare you not know who I am? I'm kidding.
Anyway, you did a video where you had people judging other people's ara-aras. And so I want to hear your ara-ara.
Oh God.
Can you give us an exclusive ara-ara?
Oh my God.
VPeas podcast
I guess I
exclusive.
got
Let's
you.
go.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
yeah.
Wait,
Ooh.
you had a reverb too.
Reverb on that as well.
Yeah,
The reverb. Yo.
10 points for the reverb.
Ooh.
I like how I'm just
Sends-
like, I didn't even care about the ara, I just want the reverb.
It sends chills down my spine.
Oh my gosh.
Remi's
Yo.
audio engineer brain just peaked there. It's like, oh my God.
Yeah. That was so spontaneous too. Yeah, I'm an audio guy.
See, I wouldn't be judging Ada-Adas if I was an expert. I'm just saying, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, fair enough. You know what? Fair enough. You've proven your point. I don't think
Minty,
anyone will
you wanna
challenge
try
you
it?
to an Ada battle again.
Minty, you should do it. You have a 7B.
You want me to do an Ada right now?
Yes. I want
Gosh.
you have the deepest voice out of all of us. I want you to
I feel like Evan's
I want
voice is
you.
probably deeper than mine, to be fair.
I know yours is definitely deeper.
Okay.
and let's
right.
shut that door down.
I'll do my best, but I don't think I can stack up to the competition here.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
All right,
What
ready?
competition?
Evan. All right. Ada. I got nothing. I'm so bad.
You sounded like a nervous puppy.
I am a nervous puppy. I'm the nervous puppy VTuber. That's me. Except I'm
You're
a
a
cat,
cat.
but you know.
Yeah.
Cats are just nervous puppies, all right? Look.
You're a cat.
All right.
Fair enough.
See,
Oh my gosh. Say, you want to try it?
yes, let someone else embarrass themselves here. Let's see someone else do.
I hate this. Why is this even a thing? I don't do this for anyone. What is this?
You could have just
I feel
asked
like
me
you're
to
taking
purr,
my-
all right? That would have been better.
Okay, to be fair, you're like the only VTuber that I watch that does not have an ada channel point reward.
I generally
I don't have one
man.
either.
What is
He doesn't
this?
watch you.
Yeah, he just admitted to not watching
I don't
me.
watch
Damn.
it.
Damn.
You have to stream first.
I do stream. Oh my gosh. I just
When's
read
the last
ABs,
time
bro.
you? I know that's true. You just did subathon.
I literally
Anyway,
just
here
anyway.
it is. Here he is.
All right,
We're
so-
gonna go
okay.
with a quick one. All right. It's gonna be cursed.
I'm ready.
Wait.
You know what? I take it back.
I
Say
hated
you
that.
win. Say you win. That was the best one here.
I hated everything about that.
That was beautiful. That was some modern art. That was some modern
hated
art.
everything about that.
That was awful.
All right, Remy. You've
Okay.
been swinging around, making everyone else around us do aras. Where's yours?
Yeah,
Okay.
what about yours?
All right, I'll do it, Ray. That's mine.
The silence. I wasn't laughing at you, Remy. I was just laughing at the silence that happened afterwards.
No, I was impressed by it, okay? Like,
I was impressed too, but it was just the most heavy silence I've ever heard.
I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know
man.
why, but my chat freaking loves it when I do it. I don't know. They've enabled me to keep doing it.
Oh man.
I mean,
Oh, is
it was
this humble
good.
brag
It was good.
again? Remy flexing with your 80% female chat.
Remy's actively competing with Connor to see who has the larger female audience.
Oh, God. No,
Yes, I am.
I think Connor's is rounded out to about 50-50 now.
Yeah.
Aw, damn.
Yeah.
The majority
That's
of
what
mine
happens
are
when
clearly
that's
all
what happens
female.
when you stop impersonating sexy butler men. I guess.
Yeah.
I feel it's only improved his career, right?
Oh, for sure, it's improved his career and content. But I mean,
Yeah.
if you're going specifically for ratio of viewers, you know.
Yeah. And those who watch male VTubers, they're all female VTubers. So
That's
like
only
that.
true of your audience. Most of my viewers are other
Yeah,
male
most of mine are
VTubers.
dudes.
Yeah, that's just you, Remy. Sorry, we can't compete with the sheer level of sexiness that you have in your streams.
I think I have about a 30% like female viewership like on Twitch. Like I've done like, polls just to see like how many people in the chat are like, female, and like it's always been around like 30%. So yeah.
I think that's probably average for
that's
Twitch,
actually
though.
pretty good. I would imagine that's pretty good.
I mean, I would hope it is.
Remy's out here with like, I got my 99% female viewership, and the one
mean,
guy
wait,
is gay. Oh man.
I mean, if you talk about the amount of people that actually watch it, 99% is not that much. So let's bring it back down to reality for a bit.
Are we counting your TikTok viewers though?
No, TikTok, I think I actually have like a 60-40. So 40% female, 60% males.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's definitely interesting to say the least. Yeah.
Interesting.
At the least. All right, what's next on the list here?
That. Do we go to the question? The one
Let's
that
go
I'm
to the
highlighting?
question.
The one that
Sure.
I'm
Oh
highlighting?
my god.
The
Sure.
question.
Who came up with this
Should I-
question?
all right,
should I
This
be
was Minty.
scared?
I just want to
No,
point out, this was
no.
Minty's
No.
question.
No.
This was not mine.
No, this was not my question. This was
Oh, God.
submitted by.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Oh, God.
That was who suggested
Oh.
this question.
I don't know how I feel about this, but all right, I'm ready.
I
All right.
mean,
Oh no.
I think the question has been at the back of everyone's minds for a while now.
It's not in the back of my mind. What are you talking about?
All right, well, you have a 70% female viewership, so you don't have to worry about it, all right?
Okay,
Look,
okay.
I'm
Go on.
You know, I wrote
you
this
just
down.
sound like you're afraid to ask it.
I am. I wrote this down on the
Do you
list
want-
without
do you want
thinking
me to
of
say
what
it?
it would feel like to actually ask this question.
I feel no embarrassment. You want me to ask it?
Yeah, you do it. You've got
Okay,
the
how-
audience.
Yeah. How big is Connor's penis?
Asked you to ask that question.
He just leaves. Just leaves
I-
the call.
Hey, it was on the list. You know,
I'd like to
just read
state
it.
None of these questions are obligatory. You are allowed to not answer any of these questions.
Yeah, you don't have to. You don't have to answer.
And that's all you need to know. There you go.
No shame.
Oh my god! Wait. So do you? Now I'm really curious. Do you actually know?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I'd assume he would. He edits all the cosplay videos.
Well, I didn't think that he would see it, but I guess maybe so. I don't know.
Why are you gonna make this even more weird?
Quite large.
What do you think he
I
needs
do
an
have to
editor
ask.
for?
Is it red?
What kind of question is that, Remy?
Next question.
What the heck? Remi's out here with a notepad, like taking all the details. It's like that TikTok audio of like what that booty do. Would it fart? What it look like?
I saw this TikTok of this really buff redheaded VTuber, and he had the question. He was looking down, and he was like, "Comments: Is it red?"
Oh my god.
What the fuck?
I am questioning so many things about you now, Remi.
Hey,
I know, right?
I'm like going back and revealing this guy's application to be a host. Like, were there any hints in here? Like, could I have known?
He applied for the job?
Yeah.
We held auditions. They were very, very competitive.
Were they?
No, not at all.
Oh my god.
One of the people that applied to be a host on this podcast is the dude that recently got like fully canceled for just being the most sexist.
Oh,
that dude, yeah.
Oof, big oof.
Dodged a bullet there.
I just want to point
though.
out, I tend to be kind of a say-so VTuber.
Sure
Hey,
you do.
I'm Remy. I'm say-so, but is it red?
Remi, all I'm saying is you are the only person in this podcast that has NSFW art of your character publicly available.
That wasn't even me. I didn't even ask for that. Yo,
I'm just saying.
that's fan art. I don't know what you're talking about.
Remi's been taking notes from Evan's favorite VTuber recently.
Yeah, I got Bao and what were the other two?
Bao, Harkan, Mune.
Okay.
They're all very say-so VTubers, by the way.
Oh,
This is
good. I'm taking your word for it.
I don't know. Bao's made some tweets. I don't know. I don't know about that.
I'll take your word.
We don't talk
for
about Bao's tweets.
All right.
We're not talking
fair
about your
enough.
tweets. Okay. Do
Stream only. Stream only. Bao is say so.
Stream on this.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so what is this question about Winnie the Pooh?
That's your thing. You're the one who insists that Winnie the Pooh is like an expert, like philosopher, like worships Winnie the Pooh's quotes. Is Winnie the Pooh a philosopher, Evan?
No.
Why not?
Well, okay. What are one of these Winnie the Pooh quotes? I want to hear it. Let's see.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pulling up here. 50
Okay.
Winnie the Pooh quotes.
He's got it bookmarked. He's ready.
Yes, to brighten your day.
Every day. Yeah.
Yes. Winnie the Pooh. A hug is always the right size.
Thank you, Socrates, for this amazing quote.
Oh
Okay,
my
that was
God.
actually beautiful. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Sometimes the smallest things take up the most room in your heart. If you live to be 100, I hope I live to be 100 minus 1 day so that I never have to live a day without you. That's Winnie the Pooh.
Now I just want to quote Winnie the Pooh on my Twitter. You know what? I'll do that.
Do it. To my Twitch viewers, sometimes the smallest things take up the biggest spot in your heart. I love you all. All three of you.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man.
Oh my god. Is it red?
No. Stop, please let it die. Just let it die.
It's so weird. Oh, God damn it. That's a tweet of a lifetime.
Just Remi, after this podcast, just tweet, but is it red? And no one will get
But
it
is
for
it
like 2
red?
weeks
I know,
until
I
it comes
wanna
out. Oh
Yo,
man.
oh my gosh. Okay.
All
And
right.
then we have this one question here.
Oh, do we?
If you could go back. What are you talking about? We're looking at this.
Wait, no, wait. We are backtracking so far here. I don't think that we're anywhere like within the topic list to ask this question right now.
Well, I don't think so either.
Yeah.
But you know what? Everything else is crossed out. So.
Oh my gosh.
There's surely a bad segue into this.
I was gonna say that we're getting pretty close to the end of our time slot that we have to record.
Yeah.
I think we should.
I agree.
I think we should talk about some stuff that we went over in this episode.
Oh, okay, sure. Let's do it.
I have another question, Evan.
I'm keen. Let's do it.
What were your expectations going in, and was it anything like this?
You know, so I mean, I've always been the type of person who I'm willing to collab with anyone. If you just ask me, I will say yes. But like, you know, it is sometimes hard to find the time for things, but usually I'll just say yes, right? Like unless of course like I'm really really busy. So yeah, and you know, like you guys like sent me, I believe you sent me like a DM, and I was like, sure, whatever. So yeah, my expectations were just like, it's gonna be a fun time, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And it was actually fun.
Okay, good. I'm glad you think so.
we set out to at least alter your expectations, whatever they may have been, even if it wasn't for the better. We
I'm actually like really impressed at how professional it was, despite the fact that this is the second time. I'm kidding.
All right. Here's the thing: for the drunk episode,
after recording, he's gonna tweet out like, "Oh my god, this podcast, what a drag!"
Oh man, what an absolute train wreck that was. No, for the drunk episode, we recorded like 45 minutes of it before we realized that Seuh's OBS wasn't recording, and we had to restart the entire thing.
No, didn't it crash?
Yeah.
No, it crashed. My whole PC crashed.
It crashed? Oh, okay.
Dude,
that's slightly better. But also, it was a drunk episode, so we were already very drunk at that point in time because we've been drinking during that entire time.
Yeah, Seuh here. He's got like a PC from NASA. And like it crashed.
Seuh is out here with this freaking NASA PC that has more problems than mine.
Yeah, no, my guy.
To be fair, my graphics card blew up the other day.
That's true.
Yeah, and then you just pulled out your other graphics card from your ass or wherever that
my
was.
My guy's got an RTX 3090.
Threw that into your.
You have a 3090?
No, I had a 3090.
He did till it blew up.
And then at the minute,
what did you do?
I played New World and it just killed it.
How?
New World has had some issues. It's been killing graphics cards.
The graphics card wasn't ready for the New World.
It just wasn't ready for New World.
Now I'm curious, what was your backup graphics card?
It was a 3080, wasn't it?
3080, yeah.
What?
Oh my god.
Barely even a step down.
I think this guy secretly wanted a top earning Twitch streamer.
Honestly.
Definitely not me.
No,
I just go under a pseudonym
secretly
on that list.
No, Seuh secretly works at the BBC. We all know it.
Oh my god.
That's the truth. All right. Well, I would just like to say personally, for the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for joining and offering.
Thank you for
thank you for being the first guest on the podcast.
Really I hope that you end up having guests that are much more entertaining and better.
No, you were great. You were great. No.
We've got Remi.
Excuse me.
I have Winnie.
Remi's always entertaining. We'll say that. Remi's always got something entertaining to bring to the podcast.
I am the entertainment. I'm kidding.
Remi's the glue holding the podcast together. Let's be honest.
I think if anything, at least I'm walking away from this podcast with something, and that's 50 Winnie the Pooh quotes.
That's true. 51 actually.
Yes.
We look forward to your Winnie the Pooh tweet.
I already made it.
Hell yeah! I will be sure to retweet for that extra engagement that my 400 follower Twitter account will give you. You know what? I'll retweet it from the VPeas Podcast account to give it the super boost. You know.
Oh my god!
Biggest VTuber podcast in the world. Thank you so much again for joining us.
Thank you so much for coming to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me. Bye.